Hey everybody, video here for you today. Now I've been deciding how to present a promised video, and I think I'm going to do that in parts or maybe many parts. Review some old work, but get to that pretty soon in the upcoming week, probably the part 1 of that series. Today we are going to go down to a place that has many different names. Some people call this the Stonehenge of the Golan Heights. And I'm kind of sick of all these places being called the Stonehenge or this or that. But here it is, right down here today. And many of us have covered this site. Here's what it looks like today. Pretty mysterious place. Let's take a look at a few pics. Here's a good look at the site. And this is about 520 feet across. There is a mound in the middle, 15 feet high. Some of these circles are complete, some of them are not. There is some theories on some astronomical alignments put in here. But I covered this place maybe, I don't even know when, 3 or 4 years ago, but I don't really remember what I said, so I just thought I'd give it a new look around on Google Earth, and I'm glad I did. We'll get to that in a little bit here, but age, maybe 3000 BC, 3500 BC, but I'll tell you how flimsy that dating has been on here in a little bit here. But that is just a good look at the site here. The site has a few different names, but I kind of wanted to get into the original name, kind of the legend by the people who lived here. And I agree with what is written here. It says Gilgal Refaim means wheel of giants. The site is associated with the Rephaim, an ancient race of giants in the area whom Abraham encountered when he settled in the land of Canaan. Later, under the Israelites, Moses defeated the last king of the Rephaim, King Og, and I believe there is reference to that in the Old Testament in Deuteronomy 3. There are a few different theories for this place, but here's an article that came out late last year. I will leave this link below, but they think this place might be an ancient observatory. This was a good article. It talks about the 9 rings. Here is the other name for the place right here, Rujm el-Hiri. It talks about the 9 rings, how this place is made up of 40,000 tons of basalt rocks, 8 feet high walls. It says, dating the site, very few artifacts have been recovered, limited to pottery fragments from the surface, and the local harsh environment has resulted in a lack of suitable organic materials recovered for radiocarbon dating. Based on a few artifacts recovered at the site, the excavator suggests that the rings were built during the early Bronze Age, the 3rd millennium BCE. And that is based on some limited fragments from the surface. Now, that'll tell you the date of when people were hanging out around here, but it has nothing to do with when this structure was originally built. And that is a problem with a lot of places. It's dated based on artifacts found, but there is no proof that those artifacts were deposited when the structure was built. Here we are down at ground level, the surrounding landscape. And this is from the central mound here. There is a burial chamber in here, but they say that was built maybe 1,000 years after this place was built, but they really don't have a grasp of when this place was built, so take that for what it's worth. But right below here, there is a tomb down here. Here's a look inside, what this looks like. They say this was built 1,000 years after this place was built. Well, I think that's a bit of a mystery. That is a look at least the entrance here. Here are just a few more pics at the site. But it just appeared to me, looking at some of these, that there appeared to be other stonework in the surrounding area. Stone piles, other things. And just looking out into the distance, I thought I should go explore on Google Earth. So let's go do that. I'm using the latest version of Google Earth here, and maybe Google Earth Pro is a little better. But you notice all these lines out here? There appears to be stonework all over here, and then there's areas like this where there appears to be clusters of stones. And some of these even remind me of the Jordan Desert ruins. I think they are right down here. It's pretty vague down here, but you notice these clusters of stones here. That's just what it reminded me of, the ruins that I found in the Jordanian desert. But this appears to be stone walls all over the place here. I don't know how detectable that is down on ground level, but they're just an idea. There doesn't appear to be anyone really living out here in any great number at all, period. Here's another area right here. This appeared a bit mysterious to me. These mounds, or whatever these are made of, appear to be set out in some geometric pattern there. That's what it looks like to me from overhead. Here's another area right down here. Some of these could be fairly modern. Some of these could be very ancient. I have no idea. There are a lot of things out here. If you look around, there even appear to be things that look like kind of large mounds. Not sure what that is right there. It just appears odd. Here's another area. Just looks weird. What is that? That is not small. But I encourage you that like to use Google Earth to check out the area around Giant's Wheel, as I will call it in this video. This all looks interesting to me when I can find stuff like this in an area that really is uninhabited and there are evidence of really ancient ruins in. Maybe these ruins have a good explanation somewhere. I just looked briefly and I really couldn't find one. They mainly talk about the big wheel structure, but there is some more evidence of people living out here. When? I have no idea with these ruins. This is where it got really weird. Check out this right down here. What is this? I have no clue. I've never seen anything really like that. Obviously, that is man-made. Is there an explanation for this anywhere? I'm just not sure. But that almost appears to be almost in the form of a large pyramid. This is almost 1,000 feet from here to here. What is this? I have not a clue. Not a clue, people. Looks like almost a large henge here. That's almost what that reminds me of. So we went from stonework to earth figures, and just look at all these here. Large one right there, path leading off of it to another circle right down here where the image kind of changes. That's pretty cool. I've never seen this before. I've never even heard of these earthworks. There's a massive one right there. Appears to be large trenches or pathways cut in the ground here. Let's line this up to perfect north. That could look at a summer solstice right there. Here is another place I found. Just no clue about this stuff. I think I'm going to turn this over to all you folks who like to use Google Earth, see what you can find out here. But this is very near the large wheel, the wheel of the giants. There appears to be a lot of stuff in the earth here that could come from a few different eras, but that's not like the stonework I was originally searching for. That is for sure. But that is really cool, especially that large pyramid there. Don't know what that is. I will show you how to find these. There is the big wheel right there. Most of the stonework is around that. That's not too hard to find. But just up to the northeast, let's place a marker on here, get a measurement in miles, not feet. That'd be kind of foolish. But it looks like it's about just over 4 miles northeast. That is where they start. And then they go about 6 miles that way. That's where you can find these up here, the earthworks at least. How old do I think this place is? Well, it could go way back in time. The dating is just not solid. I did the video about the Natufians living out here, and they went all the way back to the Younger Dryas period. So there was people, a long history of people living here, so it's a big mystery. Please leave your comments below and your thoughts. I hope some of you check this place out. The whole area around here seems to be filled with stuff that appears mysterious on Google Earth. At least to me, I have no idea about any of that stuff. I just started looking into the Wheel of the Giants and stumbled upon that other stuff. If there's good explanations, please leave it. If you want to go explore here, that's a great spot to do it. That was a fun one to do, as a lot of these are. That's why I do it. Hope you thought that was cool, and you all have a very nice day.